Hello, I'm William Vincent. Please like and subscribe to my videos. I was listening to the legendary wake-up call this morning. I was a little late, but I had to listen to the replay. But the topic was our relationship with money. You know, we all have to address this relationship because it affects everything we do in our lives. I brought this up before, and I don't know about you, but I grew up poor and we had to get by on just about nothing. And what I listened to was, we don't have money to throw away, or money is the root of all evil, or a good one was, a penny saved is a penny earned. Maybe in your house it was, money doesn't grow on trees. This affects the way you spend money too. Are you afraid to go out to eat because you don't feel comfortable about the price of restaurant food? Maybe it's not the price. Maybe it's the tips that go along with it. We're ashamed to eat out because we don't feel comfortable about the tips. Whatever, there's a lot of things that it can apply to. Maybe it manifests itself in the work habits we develop. Get a secure job and suck it up and stay there so you'll have a nest egg at retirement. How many people you ever seen have nest eggs at retirement? I know you've heard something similar to this, and this is the way we think now. Even after we're past this stage in our life, it's a preset something in our mind that now we go throughout life with this thought in our head that we're restricted from being happy because we can't have money now. We've got the mindset that we don't deserve to keep money. There's even retirement plans to help you save a little from your measly little paycheck to have a little when you retire. So you suffer on both ends because you can't afford money to save money right now, but you're forced to because you need something in the future. You see how people think? Instead of getting out of this rut, we've been trained just to accept it. Have you ever noticed about the lottery winners that win millions of dollars, that it doesn't take much time after they win till they're broke again? I read in Reader's Digest, it said, whether they win 500 million or just $1 million, about 70% of lottery winners lose or spend all their money in 5 years or less. Can you imagine that? One lottery winner said, I think about it this way, not spending money is the same as making money. So what do you think the problem is? Well, I'll tell you what I've learned. It has to do with our training from when we were small. You don't even remember it because you were dealing with just growing up and learning everything else, like walking and talking and feeding yourself. But at this time, you were also developing a personality. And this is when those small impressions were so ingrained in your personality. Smacking your hand and when you were reaching for something and hearing the words like, we can't afford that, or we're too poor for that, or we need to put food on the table. I know you didn't realize it, neither did I, because of our age for the most part. But I do remember a time when I took a piece of penny candy and I had to go back inside the store with my mom following closely behind and apologize to the woman for taking that candy. It didn't belong to me, you're right. But who knew? It was right down there where we could reach it. And I like small candy. I like candy, and I was small and I wanted some. Maybe the store owner was a little bit to blame too. He knew how tempting it was for little kids, and he did it anyway. But I do remember being shamed that day, even being so small. So here we are, grown-ups, doing the same thing we were trained to do. We win $10, we spend $10. Even on a grander scale, we win 5 million, we spend 5 million. See, no one ever taught them how to really deal with it. They were just in their subconscious, that they just knew that they weren't supposed to have money and were more inclined to get rid of it. Can you see that in your life? How's your relationship with money now that you have something to go by? The rich people, they're no different than us. They just have limits on how to spend and how to invest. So they keep a flow of income so they never run out. And your budget is set by how much you make. Percentages of income go into different categories, the amount of. If your spending percentage gets larger, you have to have your saving percentage or your investing percentage get larger. So your capital is never exhausted because you're always making it work for you. This is something we weren't taught. We were basically taught money was bad and we didn't want it to be in our lives. So how do we get past this training? This is what we need to learn about our programming. It's how to reprogram ourselves. We need to keep telling ourselves that we aren't like that. Repetition's the key. So you can convince yourself that we really do have what it takes to handle money. Like the lottery winners, they should have locked away their money till they had convinced themselves that they were responsible and could handle the control of it and wouldn't misuse the money. They'd still be millionaires if they'd have done that. Now, I don't know if this happens to everyone who wins, but as I said, it's a problem with 70% of the winners end up broke in 5 years. So it's got to be probably in everything. So I guess if you're planning on winning the lottery, the key to that is you need to get re-educated so you'll still be a millionaire in 5 years. But it applies to all aspects of life. Retraining your brain so you're a better person. Do you know that the ones that trained us probably aren't the ones responsible for all of this? Look back in their lives and see where it all started. In my case, I heard stories about the way my mom was raised. And after finding out this, I can see how she turned out the way she is. And truth be known, it wasn't her parents' fault neither. They might not even be the responsible ones. Maybe even have to go back further and look. But the point is, are we going to stop with it or stop it here? Not keep passing it from generation to generation? I know what I tried to instill in my kids, but I still think I passed it on, what I learned. And I'm going to have to go to them and apologize to them and help them to understand this vicious cycle needs to stop. And I'm sure we can stop it. And I know once I've explained to them what happened, they'll see it in themselves too. And I was able to see this from the training that I'd received from learning to be a marketer. Isn't it amazing how things work out? Got to fix my broken income, realize what to do, and in the course of getting the training, I found out that I'm failing and how to fix it, and can understand even if I had succeeded in finding worth earlier in my life, I would be just like the lottery winners because hadn't been trained. Destined to stay in the hole I was in and never be able to fix that without fixing the underlying problems. Do you want to get started on that path also? It's good to find out that this isn't expensive, that I can learn something and find happiness without having to sell my soul. I'll leave you the link. Click it. There's a better way than the way we were led to believe was the only way. And I hope that you'll be there right beside me. So go ahead and take that leap. Have faith in yourself and your abilities. Come and train with me. Come train alongside me, and let's do this. Please like and subscribe to my videos.